Welcome to Arondight's Arsenal, a series I'm starting to help you expand your arsenal. Today we're going to be looking at the KUVA KARAK, a seemingly unimpressive ordinary weapon, but what's so cool about it, in my opinion, is that it's just so versatile. If we look at the stat page first of all, we want to get rid of everything. Let's look at the base stats. 23 crit chance. This is on average, I mean, compared to the average weapon, this is somewhat low. Crit damage is, we're actually boosting it right now using these two presets, so fire rate and crit damage. They're boosted, so if I wanted to take them off and have a look, we've got 2.1, which is very average, honestly somewhat on the weekend, and 31% status chance. This is good. This is, above average. Not often you get like an old weapon like this having in the 30s of status chance. This is pretty good. You'll have to excuse the not maxed valence. I'm very lazy, but yeah, let's look at what this weapon can actually do. The main one I use here is just a regular. We got deadhead for damage, multi-shot, crit, condition overload, all that good stuff. The Riven is kind of not really needed. I mean, it's just kind of padded stats, but at the end of the day, Rivens for this thing go for like 2 plat, so if you're planning on using the weapon, you might as well get one. Deadhead. Let's see what this can do. We are using Rhino, but I'll go without his abilities first of all. Not too impressive damage on the Butcher, but we haven't got anything stacked at the moment. So with everything stacked, can reliably headshot the Butchers. Nothing too impressive. What about the Exo-Gokstad officers? Not very interesting, not very respectable, but this is where it gets better. We're going to re-equip the companion bond mods, whatever they're called. And now we're going to resummon the enemies, and we're going to use abilities. We're using Madurai to enhance our strength, using Sling Strength. Raw and Nourish, mixed with corrosive damage. That's already killing them. Already dumpstering the Exo-Gokstads with a few, like 3 headshots. For a 50 million year old KUVA assault rifle with no chaining, no ricocheting, nothing, I'd say that's pretty good. Can move on to some sort of side grade builds. We've got a Debilitate one going. The brand new Arcane for combined elements, which is I honestly don't think it's as good as the regular Deadhead one, but it's a side grade, so why not? Again, killing the heavy gunners in about 3 hits, nothing to be ashamed of. Just the same as the last build. I guess it depends on what you fancy, really. We've got a Crux version for all those good status procs. Don't know how that guy died. Obviously, the nice thing is, this is a weapon really suited to Crux if you're ever looking for one, because it wants to get headshots to make use of, well, every advantage it needs. But it's a pinpoint accurate weapon. It likes to use those crits, and then you can get those weak point hits to charge up the Crux and abuse this really high status chance. And then, of course, we've got an Acuity version, which, although Acuity in, headshot cases normally gives you more DPS, I think that the multi-shot opportunity cost for status is just too big to leave out. I mean, look, against these heavily armored targets, it actually takes a little bit longer to kill them because we're not armor stripping them or giving them the viral status as abundantly as with the status mods. But I mean, you know, hitting 1 million on a KUVA KARAK headshot is pretty good, I'd say. If we look at the Rhino build, nothing serious. It is just a very plain middling strength. We got Nourish and Raw, nothing crazy, not even beginning to armor strip. The Karak, it's just corrosive with a magnetic roll. You could use heat if you wanted to. Heat's nice just for damage in general, but the damaging status is pretty good. Obviously, no Riven. If you didn't have this, you could just stick on, I think it's called thermite rounds, yeah? So you stick it on after your elemental mods on the end here, and that would give you an extra status type for condition overload, giving you more damage. Or you could use Vigilante Armaments, the extra multi-shot mod. Not too impactful, but you might not have the heat mod, so this is a decent thing to stick on the end. But in my opinion, getting a Riven for this thing, definitely worth it, because you're essentially paying 1 plat for it, and then the only thing you're really going to have to pay for is the KUVA to roll it. But then again, you could also just buy a pre-rolled one, and that wouldn't cost much. So yeah, this is one of my personal favourite weapons. It's actually the one I've used the most, as we can see in usage. It's the main reason I'm a big fan of this weapon is because when I first started playing this game, I used the normal Karak for a long time, so I got used to it. And when I saw there was a better version, I just had to get it. But it served me really well for all these years, so I hope it can serve you too. Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching Arondight's Arsenal.